And well, guys, if I could still show you around, here is the biggest, gayest man in the world.
Wow. So gay. So gay.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. What the fuck is going on, bro? Like, for real, what's going on in the world of professional wrestling? You got the whole Miranda and Tegan Knox drama happening in AEW. I just woke up probably an hour ago thinking to myself, they gonna probably drop some video. I did see some reply from Tegan Knox talking about, something about don't believe everything that you read, and someone saying that they're most likely gonna go on their Twitch later on tonight to talk about the whole walkout situation. So I'll let them cover that later on tonight, and we'll get back to that later on tonight. But in the process of looking that up, I see this opposite situation happening in WWE with the rapper WestSide Gunn, right? And apparently he was kicked out one of the shows. Here, check this shit out.
What's your name?
Mark Brenner.
Mark Brenner kicked me out of Monday Night Raw, my $5,000 seat. For no reason. All these people in here. I didn't even know.
So, just saying, I pulled this video from his X account, right? Which was also tied to this whole wall of text, I presume, of him venting. I'm actually reacting to this live just like you guys. I read a snippet of it just to know whether or not I should have a reason to want to include it in the video, and obviously I do, because again, it's attached to the video. So let me read that for you guys real quick, which is like my second time reading it, because my first time reading it, I had food in my mouth and all that shit went down my throat and it was getting really annoying. You get stuff caught in your teeth, and then what am I doing right now? Before I even say this, just know God is the greatest. For years, I mean, nobody with 2 feet has spent the amount of money I have supporting and pushing a brand I've loved since I could remember. I sat front row at every big show, literally. All the good times it brought to my life, to the point when I started making music, I incorporated in everything like Wu-Tang did karate. I made people who hated the product watch it again. I made it look cool, when at the time people thought it was nerdy. I've watched that same company sit countless of people next to me who's not even fans for real and act like I didn't exist. I was threatened to take everything out of my music, which I only did to pay homage, or my whole catalog would be demolished, and everybody knows how hard I worked coming from Buffalo. For me to get that threat for just supporting and being a real fan hurted me. But I stayed quiet and still, like a crazy man, sat front row because I love the culture. I even just went viral for spending $50K on sweets. On my soul, I've only been respectful. I tried having conversations with one individual because he's causing all of these unnecessary cases. And to be honest, he hates seeing a young black successful entrepreneur that could afford those seats and have to watch those chains dance across that screen, to the point Monday Night Raw starts at 8 p.m. I was kicked out by 8:03 after spending $5K for a seat, plus travel, hotel, etc. in my own city for absolutely nothing. No lie, the kid in me heart broke that day. I put the billboard up, that $1 Million Man billboard up, which he loves, and I wanted to push him in the culture because he deserves it, and to show Virgil love for the culture. I get a letter saying, so I said you, by the way, I guess he means a letter. I don't know if he's going to actually describe it here. So I said, okay, he's not going to describe it here. Continuing on. So I said, what I'ma show love, or I guess he meant why I'ma show love. I don't know. His grammar is so horrible in this text. So I said, what, I'ma show love only to the people that show love to me from now on. So you don't have to worry about me pushing that product over there again. And it's sad because I still love them, but I have my own company, Fourth Rope, and yeah, we're the underdogs, but we love this shit. It's not about the money. We're gonna keep pushing culture, and I'm honored to have Josh Bishop on the trilogy cover because he deserves it for believing in me from day one as my first official wrestler. Then he starts promoting his album, Hills Have Eyes. Oh, that's clever. I like that. That's a really clever name. Yeah, sorry. No disrespect to him or anything like that. But man, bro's grammar was crazy, bro. It was really, really hard to read most of that. But we got the basic understanding of what he was saying, right? So from what it sounds like, he keeps saying that WWE kicked him out for no reason. Is that even legal? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some case to be made that, you know, if you're on the grounds of any company, they have the right to trespass you no matter what, right? Now, I'm not sure if they trespassed them, but is it legal to pay all that money for a ticket or for any kind of package? And then the company, but I'm pretty sure they're going to most likely refund him. I can only presume that's the only outcome that can come out of all this. And he's going to be banned from all the shows. But again, there's no proof suggesting that he did anything wrong, right? I don't see anybody showing any videos of homeboys stumbling drunk and, you know, fucking with fans or anything like that. It seems like it's coming strictly out of petty, right? Now, the first thing that came through my mind initially, you know what? Before I actually talk about that, let me read what No DQ actually said, because they actually posted something about this that might add a little bit more clarification, and I don't want to sound stupid as fuck saying my point when they might debunk the whole thing right here. They said, rapper WestSide Gunn says he will no longer be pushing the WWE product after being kicked out of Raw. Okay. Yeah, he kind of said that in this post also. But some of the reactions, let me read some, because I don't want to say what I want to say first, and someone ends up, I don't know, debunking that point in real time. This person says, crazy how WestSide Gunn is for real a die-hard wrestling fan, and WWE is mad at him for being organic, because he ain't a Travis Scott or a Bad Bunny. They don't want him. WWE is weird and fumbles so hard. Ain't no surprise they are getting less popular again. Okay. Let me see if that's the next comment. I'm wondering if that's like the general consensus from everybody right now. Basically, a rapper named WestSide Gunn is a huge wrestling fan and implemented his love for WWE and wrestling within his music, and it was fine for a while, but suddenly WWE is trying to file lawsuits and kicking him out even though it was fine before? Yo, is that real? Yeah, here, check this out. In real time, I actually found this. This is from No Jumpers getting involved in this shit, huh? WWE allegedly kicked WestSide Gunn out of a show and sent him a cease and desist over his use of wrestling references and songs and album covers. He has since updated the covers to his Hills Have Eyes trilogy. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy work, bro. Oh, here, we got one more comment. Let me see. People don't understand that you just can't use trademarked material and the IP of a company without permission from said company. Fan or not, this is the reason copyrights and IP exist. He mad because he literally infringed upon them. Oh, see, this is why I didn't want to say my point. Now, I'll say it anyways, but I guess this kind of seems like the paper trail everybody's going with right now. My initial point, I thought maybe it's because he was, you know, constantly in bed with AEW. That's what I thought. Because didn't he do some music? I know he did. Didn't he come out with the Hurt Syndicate at the London show? No. I know for a fact he did their song, or he worked with them on their song, and I think he worked with Swerve on his song as well. No, right? And as a matter of fact, I could be wrong. I swear to God, bro, I can't tell you when, but bro, I swear, was it him or was it Rick Ross? One of them two did a song with a wrestler. I think it was was it Daniel Garcia? Bro, I remember like seeing some shit about Daniel Garcia. I think it was Daniel Garcia. His entrance a couple of years ago on one of the AEW shows I reviewed. I can't remember if it was him or if it was Rick Ross. No, Rick Ross. He had that funny ass segment with Keith Lee, right? I think so, and Swerve Strickland for that matter. So it might have been Daniel Garcia he did that song with, or or performed live for us, some shit like that. WestSide Gunn. My point being is he's done work with AEW, right? So my thing was WWE angry, maybe even petty and jealous of the fact that Buddy was working with AEW and at the same time working with them. That was the first thing that came to my mind. But then obviously that's going to get debunked in real time, because if he's still working with WWE in between the times of Daniel Garcia, because that Daniel Garcia shit would have been like 2021 or 2022 from what I can remember, right? Like that shit was around the same time when I was doing the whole, CM Punk arguing with, I don't even think it even went to the point yet where Brawl, the Brawl Out stuff happened, right? I think that was before Brawl Out, but it was building up to that point. I think I was still talking about Hangman being a dick at that time. So that would have been around like 2022 with the Daniel Garcia shit. He was still working with WWE. So it couldn't have been that. That's debunked in real time. So my thing is, like, is this really the case? Now, obviously, you don't want to jump to conclusions, but that is really fishy that all of a sudden they would just stop him from using IP. Now, I'm starting to think to myself right now, is this his first time officially doing something like this under the TKO umbrella? Right? Because what I'm thinking right now is when it was just WWE running things and he was doing this just for the love, right? Because I know most people are going to probably jump directly to Triple H, and who knows, it probably could be Triple H. This is just my own personal opinion. I think there's a good shot that maybe he could have talked to Nick Khan about this, right? And maybe with him now doing this, and maybe he has done other things under the TKO umbrella unofficially, right? And still just kind of push forward WWE's IP. Maybe that could be the case, and then I got my timelines messed up, but maybe that could be a situation. Someone can correct me in the comment section. Maybe he infringed on the copyright, and WWE didn't mind at the time because it was all publicity for them, and they were trying to kind of get their feet wet within hip-hop culture, because now they're using that music more and more throughout the product when he first came in. Because I will give credit, I know people are going to probably laugh at him and say things like, which, yeah, he kind of exaggerated with the "I made WWE cool" comments. I mean, that's obviously cringe, it makes no sense, but I would not put it past the point of him probably having some influence, at the very least, for incorporating more hip-hop culture within WWE, where when you look at all their music now and the artists that they fuck with, it's all hip-hop artists, right? For the most part. I mean, from my understanding, the first people that I was seeing mess with WWE on that level was him and that Wale guy. That was the two hip-hop artists consistently I kept seeing being affiliated with WWE. So I don't know his music that well. I think I heard like maybe one or two songs in the past, and I'm a big fan of like, the slow Motown type of instrumentals. So I think I would mess with his music, but so from what I heard, I did like some of the instrumentals that he was using, some of the beats, but neither here nor there. My point being is, though, yeah, I would believe that he has some influence on WWE, again, being more comfortable with incorporating more hip hop culture within the brand, where that's all the music that they use nowadays, right? That's the stuff that they use to try their best to engage with the culture or the generation of today. So you can't take that away from him. He's probably not too off base when it comes to that. Now back to the IP thing for a second. Was he more or less doing anything as far as promoting between, I want to say, 2024 or 2020? I think 2024, right? Is that when they got really in bed with TKO in 2024? Was he doing anything between 2024 to now underneath the TKO umbrella? Now, again, I'm theorizing here. Was that the case? And then maybe one of the upper heads, because now he's infringing on TKO property, did they get Nick to send him a cease and desist and not do anything with WWE's material? And that's how he got in trouble? Because again, like he said, he only had to talk to one person about this. Triple H was running the show even in 2023 before the TKO complete buyout, right? And he was fucking with them going all the way back to like the early 2020s, maybe even the late 2010s, and they had no problems with this. And then now they have problems with this. I think it's a TKO situation. I don't think necessarily it's a WWE situation as much as it is a TKO situation. But my thing is this, though. The kicking out part. Where did that come from? Did you really just kick this man out for buying the ticket and doing all this other kind of stuff? But he is actually being sued in real time. I don't know. That's the part that kind of kills me. Unless WWE is really just that fucking petty. But then again, if he didn't really do anything, can he sue? Nah, I don't know. I don't think he can sue over that. Maybe. I don't know. We got to follow up on this situation, folks, because again, there's too little information to know. All we're doing right now is theorizing, or at least all I'm doing right now is theorizing. Damn, bro, there's so much shit breaking right now without any full outright context attached to it. So I guess we'll come back to this when it's all said and done as well. When I go back to the 4-part news stuff later on this week, I'll probably incorporate that in an update with the Tegan Knox situation, hopefully tonight, if anything. And we'll get more in details and depth in regards to that. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below in regards to how you feel about the situation. If you have any information that probably links more to this that I'm unaware of, please drop it in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. Might even pin your comment if it's, relevant. So make sure it's relevant. And as always, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smart, and I'll be catching you fine folks later. A deuces and a P ice.